Back on the show is Gina Mazany, who is going to be taking on Yanan Wu at UFC Fight Night 122 in Shanghai, China on November 25th. Gina, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Oh, that's good to hear. I like the positivity, enthusiasm right off the bat. That's good. I'm doing very well. Just doing some interviews today, and I'm glad to talk to you again. And it's been a while. You and I last spoke before your debut in February, and you haven't fought since then. What's sort of been the reason for the layoff?
Honestly, just getting the fight. To be perfectly honest, my last fight, I had a pretty rough weight cut because of the short notice. And so I got a little sick and stuff, but to get everything all good again, but I'm feeling great now. Actually having a proper weight cut this time. It's like going killer right now. So, it was between like just getting healthy and then getting a fight scheduled. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, no, I bet you are. And you mentioned the weight cut issues, heading into that fight. What else did you sort of take away from the loss to Sarah McMahon? Because, to be honest, there aren't many women who'd step up and take that fight against Sarah McMahon, but you went out there and, you gave it your all. Yeah,
honestly, that's a question that people ask me a lot with that fight. And what I took from it is that I'm a lot more mentally strong than I ever thought I was. Like, literally everything was against me. I had to cut 27 pounds in 16 days. I was fighting number 7 in the world, a silver medalist. Sarah is a G, and in my head, I still believe that I could beat her. You know what I mean? I really believed it, and like to me, I think that's a quality to definitely be proud of myself for. So, so that's what I definitely took from it is that I'm a lot stronger here than I really thought I was.
Yeah, and not just that, you got the UFC jitters out of the way. I mean, there's a lot of positives you can take out of that fight. So I think, it's nice that you get to bring that into this second fight here. And let's talk about the matchup. You're heading down to China. I'm imagining this is the first time you've gone to China before?
Yeah, it is.
Cool. Were you excited? Was this something you wanted? Like, do you want to do a bit of traveling while you're, in the UFC?
Absolutely. I think it's great to get a chance to taste other people's culture. Especially, I've always had a dream to fight in Japan because of where Pride, originated, and just the culture of combat sport is like so amazing. Like in America, I mean, I love the fans in America, but you knock someone out and they're like, yeah, you killed him, like yeah.
Yeah.
In China, you knock someone out, they clap. Like it's like a golf thing. It's a really respected art there. So I'm stoked. I always I like going into someone else's backyard and wrecking shop. Like, that's always fun. So I'm honestly, dude, I'm just happy to be here. I'm thankful I'm able to have a real fight camp, a better weight cut. I'm just excited to scrap.
Have you talked to anyone about traveling down to Shanghai? Just, maybe they might know some tips as far as like, where to eat and things like that. Like, because obviously that's important when you're cutting weight and everything.
Yeah. So I'm actually working with a nutritionist at the UFC Performance Institute.
Oh, cool.
And I think we're pretty much going to bring all my food with me,
right,
for the most part. Just kind of just be prepared, fail to prepare to fail type thing, just have everything, take it down. But I do actually have some friends down there right now. They're down there for some pro wrestling, which is kind of cool. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. So they're down there for, to teach pro wrestling. And so they've kind of given me some scoops on what I should bring, what I shouldn't have to worry about to bring. But I'm feeling pretty prepared so far with what I've ordered on my Amazon Prime so far. So
isn't that awesome? Isn't Amazon Prime the best? Like,
it's the best.
It's a game changer for me. I love it. So
I'm ordering everything off there, and I love getting packages, so it works out.
That same day delivery is like my favorite thing in the world. Like if it's like 5 a.m, I'm up or something, I'll just order a bunch of stuff, and I know it's going to come that night. It's great.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
2017. Don't go changing.
Exactly. I know for sure. When are you planning to fly down to China? Have you kind of mapped that out yet?
Yeah, they actually scheduled my flight. I leave on the 17th on a Friday, and I should get there on Saturday. I'm really stoked they found me a flight under 20 hours of travel time.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm excited because this is always something I've prepared for, that if I'm, going to make the next level of the UFC, kind of being prepared to travel and like get acclimated, that kind of stuff. My brother, Dave the Pain Train Mazany, fights for a promotion in South Africa. So with that travel time, which is usually 27 plus hours, I've just kind of seen how my body reacts to that, and like how much water I hold on to, and you know what I mean? So I've kind of been able to trial it out a little bit with traveling, but so I think I think I should be pretty prepared and smooth sailing for the most part.
And let's talk about your opponent here. You're taking on Wu. She's got the 8-1 record. How do you feel like you match up against her in this fight?
Honestly, it couldn't have been a better matchup for me. She's a striker. She's a very aggressive striker. I've been working on my striking. I feel very comfortable standing up. I feel very comfortable wrestling. I feel very comfortable on the ground. One thing that I think I'd have an advantage on her is over at Extreme Couture, we really focus on, obviously, our wrestling and our wall wrestling and our grappling. So, I mean, I know I could stand and bang with her, but, I mean, shit, if all else fails, you know, to put her feet up in the air and she can't hit me. You know what I mean? So I think it's a great matchup for me. She's a tough girl. She's a great record. I'm not underestimating her whatsoever. I think she'll be a tough opponent, and it'll be a good fight. It'll be a really great fight.
And who are some of your main training partners at Extreme Couture helping you get ready for this fight?
Right now I'm working solely with my head coach Dennis Davis and my brother Dave Mazany. I'm having I don't have any you know, the what do I call it?
Like any main people? You just sort of train with everyone? Yeah.
Not really. I kind of train with everyone. I've had some little bit of bumps and bruises on the way along to this fight, but that's totally normal to be in fight camp. You're never 100%. So I've just been really focusing on my conditioning and just sharpening everything up. But yeah, just kind of mainly just with my coaches, my brother and my coach Dennis.
Excellent.
But just sharpening all that up.
On that same note, who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
My brother and my head coach Dennis.
Oh, okay, great, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You work with him all the time. You might as well have him in your corner. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I imagine the weight cut's going well. You mentioned working with someone at the Performance Institute. It sounds like everything's kind of going according to plan.
It's going honestly better than I've ever had. This is I've never been this low before. I usually cut from pretty heavy, and I end up feeling pretty okay the next day. And right now I'm super low, but I'm really strong right now. So it's going really, really well.
That's great to hear. Do you go to the Performance Institute a lot? Because you live in Vegas, so I imagine you can just drop in there whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm honestly there every day.
Okay.
My strength and conditioning coach, Bo, is over there, and then I work with Heather a lot. She's a PT gal. I really kind of went through this camp without them. They've been so amazing. They're really building a great system over there, with supporting the fighters and helping us be the best that we can be, and helping us through, if you have an injury or whatever, we work around it and they find a way to make it A-okay. So it's been a great time there. I love it there. It's like my second home.
Excellent. How do you see this fight ending on November 25th?
Honestly, I would love to see a knockout, because I know I love striking, and I feel like I hit pretty hard. But I was actually running today, and I was thinking, I was like, man, I really see myself just having her on the ground on her back and just punching her face until the ref pulls me off of her. So hopefully everything goes to plan and get my hand raised.
Sounds good. What's next for you after this? I know you're not looking past your opponent, but do you sort of have an idea of when you want to fight again? Because I mentioned there was a bit of a gap between your debut and this fight.
Yeah. Honestly, as soon as they can put me back in, obviously, take a couple weeks to chill and spend time with my family and enjoy the holidays a little bit. Eat some chicken wings and drink a little bit of beer. But after that, honestly, as soon as possible. There's some great fight cards coming up, and I don't really care where I go. I just want to fight, and I just want to fight as much as I can and put on a show for everyone. And just, I don't know. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy that I'm able to do what I love to do and get paid for it. So yeah, as soon as I can get me another fight.
Most important question in this interview, what do you like doing on the plane? It's going to be a long plane ride now. Are you going to bring some podcasts? Are you going to watch some movies? What would I find you doing on the airplane? Of course, on top of sleeping, I'm assuming.
Probably watching movies. Honestly, I've been getting into cross stitching, so maybe a couple cross stitching
cool, okay.
projects. total nerd stuff. I'm like 90 years old.
No, that stuff's going to be valuable when you're older, right? You might as well learn it now, you know?
Oh, for sure. It's going to be killer, yeah.
You'll be like a master at it. You won't even have to learn anything. It'll just be like second nature.
Oh, 100%. But like I said, I did the flight to South Africa a few times with my brother, and the long flight was 18 hours. My long flight will be 13 hours. So I'm like, it won't be
that
too bad.
You're a veteran at this. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah. I'm like, any flight seems short when you fly to South Africa. So
right now, do you download the movies like ahead of time on like a laptop or tablet, or will you just take the chance and be like, we'll see what they got on the plane and we'll just watch whatever they have?
I usually just take the chance, but for this one, I'm definitely going to bring my computer and some DVDs just because I don't know what the setup's going to be like in China, and I just want to make sure that I'm like entertained because I'm going there a little early, so I want to make sure that I can do some mindless TV watching while I'm there.
Well, you can do if you have Netflix, you can actually download some of the certain series. You can download them, so then you don't need the internet. You can just watch it as is. You can check that out.
That is true. But it's so weird. The internet's so weird over there. I heard that you need to like download certain stuff so that you can get access to like Facebook and Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it is a little crazy, but that's what I'm saying. You should download all your stuff in the States before you leave, and then you got it all on, like your hard drive. Then you can just watch it on the plane.
That's true. I'll probably do that. That's a great idea.
See, we're not just talking about fighting. We're trying to, find some good entertainment options for you on the plane. So it
we're
works out well.
Of everything.
We think of everything. It's UFC Fight Night 122 coming up here November 25th. Gina, it was great catching up with you. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
You can find me at Gina Danger AK on Twitter and Instagram. That's GinaDangerak. I just want to thank to my team and my family at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you to everyone at the Performance Institute. Thank you so much, my supplement sponsor, On It. They keep me fueled and keep me going. And thank you to all my friends and family, and of course, last but not least, thank you to the fans. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we love to do. So thank you to everyone.